Hi traders, so welcome back to another technical analysis breakdown of the market. So we've got a few charts to go through today. We're going to take a look at silver, we'll touch on gold, we'll have a look at Ethereum, the AUDUSD and also the pound USD. If there's any other charts that you want me to go through and take a look at, please reach out to the support inbox and we can take a look in the next session next week. So okay, we've got the silver chart up. And yeah, you know, we're tracking well. It's looking great for a continuation to the upside. We've picked up a really nice win on silver last week or coming into this week. So we started going long around this area here. Had a little bit of drawdown. Maybe we may have entered, you know, a few days too early, but we managed to catch that big move to the upside through here. So yeah, 200 or so pips to the upside. Great win so far. Still early days. We still can't confirm a new bullish market just yet, but the early signs are there that we're turning. It's a turning point for the metals market. From a fundamental perspective, if we take a look at the central banks now, so the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the ECB, they've all begun stepping in and intervening with the market. So the Bank of England is now printing money again. The ECB is doing the same thing. Even the RBA this week came out and reduced the size of their interest rate hikes. So that's only going to be positive for the metals market. So when they begin raising rates and reducing the money supply, that's negative for the metals market. And the opposite is also true. So if they're increasing the money supply and they're starting to dial back the rate hikes, the metals market will start to price in a lower interest rate forecast moving forward. So that's kind of started to happen now. We've seen a big impulsive move up on silver, but there's still an unfinished structure on the silver move to the upside. So when we was here last week, we was looking at this being a 5-wave structure. So we haven't got any issues with that. Third wave was relatively small, which was my only concern. But the fourth wave doesn't overlap the first wave just. So it ticks the box for a 5-wave rally to the upside. We then had this ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for a C wave. For the second wave, we had a higher low, and now we're moving higher. And if we take a look at this recent rally, to me it looks incomplete because this is possibly a 1, 2, then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave. We're possibly getting some kind of fourth wave correction here. This may come down again, then up for a fifth wave, for the third wave, and then that will be when the slightly larger correction unfolds. Okay, now the fourth wave, it can't overlap the top of wave 1. So really, this has kind of invalidated the top of wave 3 because it has overlapped the top of wave 1. So we're assuming that this is wave 4 on a smaller degree. But when we do get this pullback in here, it can't overlap the top of wave 1 just in here. All right. So we're not getting too excited just yet. We still need to see a slightly higher or another high to complete wave 3, because at the moment it's only a wave 3 on a smaller degree. Okay. So as soon as we get a new high in there, we can then look for the next buying opportunity in the silver market. Now, let's just remove the Elliott wave count for the time being, and we'll just hide this. I want to go to the 10-day charts. I'm just going to hide the analysis as well. This is looking like a pretty substantial bottom in the market. The 10-day candles, a hammer doji candle, an inverted hammer doji candle at the bottom of a trend, massive explosive move to the upside. So it's looking promising that there is a bottom in the silver market. In previous webinars, I've gone through what's happening from the fundamental side. So all of the vaults globally are being drained of gold and silver. So, but managed money is still net short on silver. So it's setting up a silver short squeeze opportunity in the market, which is taking place as well as political tensions, war, conflict, which is also going to benefit the metals market. So, to me, this looks like a pretty substantial bottom in the market around here. So we're going to have to take it up in stages. We have also had a break in structure. So what I mean by that is we've had a higher high now. Okay, so we've had a higher low down here. We've also had a higher high. So this has broken the structure, which is a good sign and a change in momentum in the silver market. So no trades to take just yet. I want to see another high in the market. If we get a move up and then A, B, C down, we can look to start going long again for the fifth wave up, because it will be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. And that'll be the first wave of the bullish sequence to the upside. All right, cool. So that's silver. We'll touch on gold. I haven't put an Elliott wave count in here, but I do like the look of gold as well. So we can probably do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for third wave, possibly a fourth wave coming up for a fifth wave. So still an incomplete structure on gold as well. But just from a general technical analysis point of view, we could be setting up for a nice inverted head and shoulders formation. So we've got the left shoulder, the head in the middle. We then want to look for longs around the shoulder line of 1690, 1680 to go long for a move to the upside. That will also break out of the major negative trend line coming into play. Just down here, just keeping it simple with the analysis. So weekly charts, we've had a hammer, a bullish candle. If we get that inverted head and shoulder structure and a breakout to the upside, that is going to suggest that a new bull market is underway for the gold market. Now, there's a couple of different ways I'm playing this. Obviously, I'm looking to trade gold and silver in my leverage account. I also purchased some gold call options on the GDX, so on the US market. I purchased some call options around this area here. They're up around 30% at the moment. I'm looking to hold that long term. So my expiry isn't until mid 2023. So I've got a long time to hold that option, that contract going forward. And if gold does break that negative trendline resistance, that's going to be a big play. So I do think that's an easier strategy for a long-term play, for a leveraged long-term play, looking at options. If you want a hand or you want any information on options, please let me know. I'll draw up a small report for you. So that's gold and silver, looking good, benefiting from a weaker dollar, but still very much early days. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. So it's been a pain in my ass, Ethereum has been. So, but I'm still holding the long side. Generally, I don't like to hold trades that long if they're not really moving anywhere. I was close to closing out last night on Ethereum on the drop down here. That was why I placed the short position on the AUDUSD also, because I thought if the market was going to go down, the AUDUSD short position would have been our kind of cover in the market for like a hedge. Okay, it would have been a risk-off play. It went down, reversed straight away, moved back to break even on the AUDUSD. So that was taken out at break even. We're now looking for a continuation to the upside. So there's a couple of different ways to count this. Let me just remove some of this analysis. Okay, so firstly, triangle formation, if this is a triangle formation, can only occur in a wave B or a wave 4 correction, okay? So that's the bad news, all right? So if this is a triangle formation, we could have an A, B, C, D, E coming up. This top has now been taken out over here, so that's been invalidated, which is good for us on the long side. The other count could be an A, B, C, D, E in here. We fail and we go down. That's the bearish count. We really, for our long trades to kind of really kick in to the upside, we need this high taken out. Okay, so if we get a rejection and we begin to move lower again, I may look to take our trades off and let this kind of mess in here just kind of work itself out. But we'll hold for the time being. For today, maybe tomorrow, we'll see if that high is taken out. That's kind of the holy grail. We need that taken out to the upside. If it is taken out to the upside, I can continue with this kind of bullish. Oh, where's it gone? This bullish build in here. This is still valid. So I'm going to go down to the 15-minute chart. So 5 waves up in here, hasn't changed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1. A expanding flat, so an A, B, C for wave B. 5 waves down for wave C for wave 2 or B. We can count 5 waves up in here as well for wave 1. Again, another expanding flat, an A, B, C for wave 2. And we're possibly now building to the upside, all right? A bit of a long shot, but I do think with equities rising and the dollar under pressure, it does support higher cryptocurrency prices. And if you look at the major devaluation across the fiat system, the pound crashed, the euro, the yen, the Australian dollar, the Kiwi dollar, everything is getting destroyed. So I do think that that puts cryptocurrencies in a good position moving forward, just to the distrust of the fiat system. Interestingly as well, you know, Ethereum hasn't come anywhere close to its major market cycle low back in June, whereas equities all pretty much took out these lows bar the ASX. The ASX is the only one that hasn't. So, you know, we should be getting a move into this kind of area initially, 1500 to 1550. So that's going to be our first kind of target zones for a take profit. There's a chance that it goes much higher than that. So, you know, we don't want to miss out on a big move to the upside. If we do take out this high, we can look to revisit it. But we also want to make sure we're securing some profit as well. So we'll probably look to trim down, wait for the next pullback, ABC down, then go long again. All right. So this wave count is still valid. We're still tracking it. Our primary count is suggesting that, you know, this is a wave 1 and a wave 2 down. So, bugger. Wave 2's in here, and we're going to be heading much higher. So we just got to sit tight. All right. Nothing to do. We've been patient with our trades. We'll give it another couple of days to start accelerating to the upside. Cool. So that's kind of Ethereum. Not too much to update there. We're just sitting tight. We're getting a good move there now as well. Now the AUDUSD. So obviously, you know, the trading floor, we was looking to go short yesterday on the AUDUSD around this level here. We just started to enter shorts around here. You know, it started to decline, was up maybe 60, 70 pips, and we moved our stop loss to break even, and it's reversed higher now, and it's broken above this negative trend line. So we've switched to long trades. Reason being is because this decline in here is a clear three-wave correction, an A, B, C, and this high has now taken out this high. Okay, so market price has to go higher based on Elliott wave theory. So if we are correct, you know, whether this wave count is correct or not, price action should be heading higher. It could still be an A, a B, then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave C. Could happen, or it's the start of a reversal on the Australian dollar. So it could be a wave 1, A, B, C for wave 2, a wave 1 coming up on the smaller degree, A, B, C down for wave 2 on the smaller degree, and then we should be heading higher in another 5 waves. So they're going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave. All right, so yeah, we'll sit tight on that one for the time being. Fresh trade. I am, you know, fairly confident in that because of this ABC structure down here. You see how we had an ABC down here, price action moved higher, it's retracing back down, higher low than the wave 2 as well. So that's ticking the box for the time being. We'll have to sit tight. Now I wanted to bring the pound to your attention as well, because this is also one of the reasons why I am becoming slightly bullish or bearish on the dollar index and slightly bullish on the pound US, Aussie US as well. So when the pound crashed, we initially had a 5-wave recovery from the low. So clear as day, 5-wave rally to the upside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I labeled that wave 1 or wave A. We then gave the market some time to breathe. We then had an A, B, C down for a wave 2. We're possibly now finished a wave 3 to the upside. Wave 3 is generally the longest, the most aggressive. It extends further than you generally think. So we've possibly had a 1, 2, 3, 4, then some kind of diagonal 5 for a wave 3 up in here, ABC down for a wave 4. Now, if we get one more high in here, this is going to be extremely bullish and bearish for the dollar index. Bullish for the pound US, very bearish for the dollar index. So I think what's kind of happening is we're getting a lot of weakness on the US dollar. And that's happening because there's a lot of speculation that the Fed is going to pivot at some point now in the future. They haven't taken a pivot yet. It's speculation, but obviously the market prices in what it thinks is going to happen. If we get a completed 5-wave structure in here, okay, what's going to happen is there's going to be an A, B, C, okay? It's going to be quite steep. It may come down, you know, to this level around here as well. So it's going to be a steep decline. Once we get that ABC correction, we can then look to go longs. You know, for a big trade in the market, we can look to, you know, take not more risk, but bigger. We can look for bigger take profits. So if we go to the daily time frame, and let me just tidy this up for a second. Okay, if we get a 5-wave structure to the upside, wherever the pullback ends, okay, let's say it ends around here, we could be looking at a move back into 1.26, 1.3, okay? So that'll be a wave 1, a wave 2 pullback. Once this 5 waves completes to the upside, that'll be wave 1 of a larger degree. We'll then have a wave 2 pullback, which will be steep, a higher low, and then we can look for a big play to the upside, all right? So these reversals, they don't happen that often. So we're going to try and catch this quite nicely in the trading floor. Obviously, we have a small play on the Aussie at the moment, but the real big one I'm seeing is on the pound. Okay, so yeah, everything's looking good. Ethereum's moving higher. The Aussie's moving higher. The BNB is ticking away slowly. So you know, BNB is a fairly slow moving cryptocurrency, but that's also a good thing. So yeah, I guess the aim of this week, in the next couple of weeks, is to continue to see dollar weakness continue lower. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. If you've got any charts that you want me to take a look at, please let me know. If not, I'll speak to you all very soon. Cheers.